Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. Thank you for joining me today. For all of you in the premiere chat, hello. How are ya? Sorry I can't be here with you today. I am actually out at the aquarium with my kids by the time this is premiering. But I wanted to leave you guys a little something, since it's our regular gathering time, and I love hanging out with you guys. So do know I will have a bonus live this week. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it Friday or Saturday, but one of those 2 days. Just keep an eye out. Make sure that bell is on. If you're in the Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends Facebook group, there is a side message for Messenger, but you can also find it in the Facebook group to go in there and click, and I post all my videos, my lives, not all of my videos, that would be annoying, but my lives. And today I was like, I knew I wanted to work with this. Okay, so this was my inspiration. I'm like, I want to do more of the succulents because they're super duper cute. The last card, I used this beauty. It turned out beautiful. I was amazed, right? And I was like, okay, I want to do quite a bit of them. What can I do? And when I went to go pick up this is sitting over there. This is my monenta cutting templates, my dies. These are the Monenta lot number 6813. They're just the postage stamps, right? So this is the biggest one, and then they work their way down to that smallest one. So it was kind of sitting next to it, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun. Let's turn them into postage stamps, right? So I was like, okay. I did place these on there, so they will cut really cool. You'll see that. And then I was like, well, how am I going to use them on this? And so I was kind of fiddling, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a great layout. So I did take a picture. So I have a picture so that we can refinagle this. This one is going to cut out that one. Think of what one was I doing? That one was going there. I think that one. Okay, I know, right? So some of these, I think you're there. You're there. And I think you are. It kind of doesn't really matter, but just what you want, right? Okay, that would be good. I could get 2 in there with that one. So I'll change that one up. I think that one was down here, but I'm not sure. But this, I think, would be cute just in the corner. So those are the stamps we're going to use. Okay, so I also wanted to give it a little bit of texture. So we're going to emboss our background sheet. Okay, so we have our little embossing, and we'll emboss it when we go to die cut this. So we'll pull all of that out at once. And then I got myself a little scrap piece of paper. I have a bin of scrap papers to the side. That's just the white. My printer ate this one. That's why it was over there. So let's get some stamping. Kind of excited. And do we want a watercolor? Ooh, that's a good choice, you guys. Let's see. What did we do last time? We did those. You know what? Let's do alcohol markers, just because it'll be bright and vibrant, 100% bright and vibrant. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So we got our little stamping block. Ooh. So I'm gonna try and keep these together so I know what I'm doing. Do I ever know what I'm doing? Probably not, right? You're all just giggling. Giggle with me. Oh, man. This is going to be a good video. Let's try this again. And I haven't used these, and you know what? I just realized I rubbed my fingers on this, and my fingers are oily. So let me clean this off, and we'll try again. Don't touch the rubber stamps. And they're oily because I just put lotion on, because I had lizard skin going on. You know how that is in the winter. Gotta stay hydrated and all that fun stuff. And that is not a beautiful stamp. Let's try again. Try again, try again. Do 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 do. Okay, what's going on? You guys. This is why we do scrap paper. Oh, that's not all the way on my stamping block, but that stamped pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and move that, though. Let's see. See if we can't get a good stamping with this, because we do need to make sure we have enough stamping room for our die. Oh, so much better. Look at that. And then this little die is going to cut out kind of like that. I think that would be super cute. So I only, and see, this is a good thing too, because I only need to color that much of it. And so you could send these through the die cutter first if you want. Okay, let's get our next guy out. This one here is super cute. I like this guy. This guy is pretty cool. But we do need a bigger block for him. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. This is the Succulents by Simon Hurley. And I've only used this one and one of the sentiments, I think. Hopefully this will stamp. I'm not sure, you guys. It looks kind of blotchy on there, and that's when Misty would come in. It's really good, especially if they're new. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice. And I am using Monenta, which is not as black as the VersaFine Clair, but you know, it does its job, right? I don't know why I just covered that. And that one's going to cut like that. Look at how cute that's going to be. Oh, you guys can't even see. Look at, there it is. I know you guys are out there. Put it in frame, Elizabeth. We can't see nothing. Gosh. Okay. So I'm going to set those like that so that I know that those go together. Put that in there. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Yeah, even though it's ginormous, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it right here-ish. Because, can I get more than one on there? Let's find out. Oh no, because that one needs a big area, and that one does too. Okay, so we're just going to stamp that there. That'll be fine. Because I only need the center piece of that one. And this one, you guys, this one's gorgeous. Wait till you see this go, if you haven't already. And then, if you're new to my channel, the Simon Hurley Create line of products is my favorite. Absolutely favorite. It suits me. A lot of it is, I feel it. It's like my jam 100%. I do not own everything of his because, you know, we have those moments when it's like, that's not my jam. And there's nothing wrong with that. But his lunar paste, all that fun stuff. You know, oh my goodness. So you'll see a lot of that here, but I also tried to blend it with other things. Like we're using monenta. No, did I say that wrong? Yeah, monenta dyes with this, because this does come, or it doesn't come with, you can buy coordinating dyes to go with the succulents. Or if you have a scan and cut, you can send that through the scan and cut. Let me grab one sheet of paper here out of my scrap box. Ugh, can't believe. This is what happens when you have a bad printer. All of a sudden, I printed a few things a few days ago and then needed to print again, and it's been jamming like crazy. I mean, and this is like 65-pound cardstock, so I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, I need to slide that over there. Trying to keep those together so I don't forget how they go. So instead of just throwing the paper away, because it's literally damaged there and across the edges, but there's a lot of good stamping real estate, like right here, right next to that. That's a great place to do a stamp. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now I had this way. So that means our snake plant, that guy, oh, I think we want to do two, right? I think it would be fun to do one there and then one next to it like that. Yeah, let's see how that rolls. I mean, if we don't like it, we can always delete it. Right? No, it's not an app. We can't just delete it. We can stamp it and do it again. Oops, I may have... Let's get that out of there. I got a little extra ink in there. Let's try that again. Okay, so then we're going to stamp it right here. Just like so. Oh, look at that. Look at that bad boy. Oh, see that even... What? Oh, what if we did... Oh, we could also put... Oh, look at that. We could put that there. This one says believe in your dreams. I think we're going to do that instead. But you could totally do another one, you know, for a different look. You could even do it in the corners, you know. You could like lightly trace that square with a very, very light pencil. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside, and I'm just going to make sure that my words are just below that point right there. And we're actually going to give it a little test right there. Oh, look at that. Actually, no. We're going to stamp this in the VersaFine Clear, because this is a much nicer black for text. And since I'm not coloring over this, this will be fabulous. And I'll show you. Ooh. Ooh, can you guys see how much darker that is than that? And it just seems a little bit more crisp. So when you guys find that perfect black for you guys, you know, use it. So there's the tip of that. I'm just going to bring it right over there and plop that down. I'm not pushing too hard. Okay. Ugh. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to be fabulous. Let me close off this one here. And then that's going to be like so. I have it down a little too far, but that's okay. It still is cool because we're cutting off the bottom and the top. And we'll just, yep, it'll be fabulous. So that one goes there. Clean off my word stamp. And then get into our last cactus in our cacti. And where's Believe in Your Dreams? Right there, like so. And this lovely little pot. Isn't he so cute? And then, look, that one's going to fit. Yep. Because, see, the page is rippled right there. But that's going to go right there. And, yeah. How fun, fun, fun. And since this is the first time I'm using this one, I'm just going to stamp it right there. Oh, that's not bad. I'm just going to plop that down right there. Ta-da! Looky, looky! And then we'll cut that guy. Oh, look at that. How fun is that? We're making our own little postage stamps. Now, another way you could do this is you can go through and cut your squares, right? You cut all your squares and then you stamp in the square. And when you do stamp on top of your cut piece, just make sure you push a little extra where it's lifted, okay? You know what I mean? So if you're stamping, I would push a little extra right here where it would hang over, just to make sure I get a good connection at the end of the paper. Let me put this little guy away so we don't lose him. Another thing you can do is if you don't have the dies and stuff, you can make squares with your Cricut. Just do like postage stamps, Cricut, scan and cut, whatever you have. You can tell it to cut those shapes. Okay. And the other thing is if you don't have these stamps, you can use washi. Okay. You could take washi, put it on a piece of paper and then die cut it. And then you can make washi postage stamps. That would be beautiful. Actually, look at that. Ugh. So gorgeous. That's my new washi for my planner. Can't wait to share that with you guys too. Okay, so I'm going to keep those together. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to downsize these a bit, right? So I want to make sure that I leave enough room. Okay. For my die. Da 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 da. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Again, sorry I couldn't join ya. Okay. I am going right through that flower because we're not using that whole flower, right? Yep, today is only Tuesday. I'm actually recording this on a Tuesday. Look at how cute that's gonna be. And you guys, that's gonna be perfect, just like so. Okay. So that was my alarm that the aquarium is tomorrow. But for you guys, it's today. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so now we get to have fun coloring. Yeah, and you know, I think I want to cut these first, right? So this is my thinking. You could definitely color and then keep trying to figure out, well, how far do I need to color and whatnot. But I also want to color the background. And so I don't want to waste a lot of coloring medium to do that. So we're going to go ahead and cut all of this first. And I know you guys have seen a lot of die cutting. So I'm going to actually edit that part out. So I'm going to be right back with these all die cut. and this guy embossed with this texture. Okay, I'll be right back. Look at it. Oh, aren't they adorable? Look at how cute that is. I did use a little bit of washi to hold it exactly where I wanted it. I was a little off on this one, but I think, you know, we get the point across. It's just cute. This one, so you don't have to fill it with the image. You know what I mean? The image doesn't have to fit in there perfectly. Look at that. I'm going to set those there so I can color them. And I have this guy. Oh, look at that. Lovely texture. Now, the Park Lane folders are super thin. So on my Spellbinders, I had to switch the regular cut plate because it says cut plate, your folder. You can see the first time I tried to get it through, yeah, I tried to use 2 cut plates and it smooshed my folder there. It still works though, no big deal. But I had to switch. It says 1 cut plate, the paper sandwich here, and then the base plate. Well, it went through. So I threw on the other B plate or the cutting plate and it was too tight. So I switched the cutting plate for the blue purpley embossing mat plate, and it was really tough, but it did go through. So we got some good texture on that. And then when I was putting that away, I was like, you know what would be fun is to give this a little bit of shine. And I was like, oh, we'll put some gold on there. And I was like, no, let's do like a tone on tone, right? So for white, since I don't have white Simon Hurley, you know, a nice white shimmer with some iridescence or something would be, right? So I thought, well, let's just add, oh my goodness, look at that. We'll add just some beautiful, get that, smooth that a little bit. Get that just rubbed in there. And we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to get some color in there. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. So if you go in between, that's okay. That's okay. And the thinner you apply the lunar paste, the quicker it dries. So that's almost completely dry over there. Just so fabulous. And I'm not pushing very hard. I don't want to cram it into the crevices. I just want it to sit on the top, right? So I'm not pushing very hard. And of course my fingers are fat, so some of it does fall into those grooves. No big deal, no big deal. It just adds to the character of it. But now we're going to have this metallic-y tone on tone, basically, because silver is close to white. You know, but a nice iridescent-y white would be pretty, Mr. Simon Hurley. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness. And of course, this stuff, you know, I've put it on my fingernails. I've always play with it with my fingers, and it is it's non-toxic. I've never had an issue with it. It cleans off super easily, just like so, and it does clean up really interesting too. I'll use the back of this so you can just kind of see if you're doing cleanup, even as thin as it is, it's leaving so much mica behind. And that's another way. So if you don't want to get your fingers totally dirty, maybe put a little bit of lunar paste down, mix in some water, spin it around with a paintbrush instead of your fingers, like I just did, and then just lightly scrape that across the top, and you're going to pick up some beautiful mica. So that's a little tip for you. And there's me cleaning it up and not making a new background. We'll let that dry. Get that out from underneath my fingernail there. And it picks off too. Like if you don't get it to the restroom fast enough to wash your hands, it does pick off. And it is mica, which is, I don't know, it's a little different than glitter, so I don't think it's going to hurt the water system to rinse your fingers. Okay. It's like your makeup has mica in it too. Okay, so this one, I'm looking over here at this color, and I want to do these bright pink flowers. So I'm going to see, oh, I'm breaking my equipment here, hold on. I'm going to set that there. There we go. There we go. I want to be able, so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to do a little bit of dots to get that all filled in to help stay in the line. I don't know. I don't know if cactuses have pink toppers or not, but this one does. My cute little mystery pink cacti. So there's that. We're going to go, I'm just going to pull out a bunch of greens, right? You could use blue greens, almost blues, whatever makes you happy. I'm just going to pull out a bunch and see what I got going on. This is moss green. Let's do moss green on our dots. Ooh, that's nice and dark. Oops. That might be a little too dark for me, but we'll lighten it up with some little lighter color. I'm glad I didn't put it on that one. I would have been sad. I should have swatched first, but what fun is that? So all I'm doing is kind of aiming for his design dots. Simon Hurley did draw these little cuties. Aren't they adorable? Just look at that. We're just going in there and we're just following his little dots. We might throw an extra one in if we feel we need to. Just like so. It's got the chicken pox. Then, I don't know what color this is. Do I have a scrap paper? Yes, I do. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like that. So we're just gonna, I'm just gonna like willy-nilly, like wormy this color in there. Okay. And this, I'm hoping, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll pick a third color that'll go on top of it nicely. And we'll have texture. It's an easy way to make some texture in our plants. Because you know cactus and stuff, they're not solid. They're not solid color. So there's that one. What other color can I go with that? That's too dark. We need something lighter that will go over it. Maybe this one. Ooh, I like that one. So now, you guys ready for this? We're just going to color. We're going to go right over, blend everything together. I'm doing little swirly motions so it kind of blends. Okay. Like so. And that blending motion will help. If we have any harsh lines, it'll blend those out. Oops, I forgot to color this one all together. It's all right. And this is a great technique if you only have a few shades of a particular color. Like you can create more shades by doing texture and stuff. Oh, I'm loving this one. I'm loving it, you guys. Giving a nice marbled look. And see, it softened those green dots up because before we couldn't really see his dots underneath them, but blending them out a little bit, softening that super dark green is letting his little dots show through. which gives it more texture. Sorry about the scratchy noises, but you know, that is what happens with markers sometimes. They make scratchy noises. Oh my goodness, look at that. See how marbly it looks? Oh, it's so cute. Okay, there's that one. And I like this green, so I'm just going to color this guy this green and then go in and make some highlights. Actually, let's just go in there and color that in. There we go. So we get that nice little color going on, right? Oops, missed a spot. So now we're going to go in with something a little bit darker. Okay, and then we're just going to add some shadow in there. This will be underneath. That's underneath. That's kind of underneath, I think. Sometimes we don't know, so you can guesstimate. Get a little bit of these edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. A couple little dots. Add some texture. Oh, I like that. I like that. And then I'm gonna soften up some of these lines. Soften that up. Oh, look at that. And then we've transformed this little teeny tiny thing into a really beautiful piece. Look at that. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. Okay, this one. Ooh, I like that green. This one, we're going to do some two-tone leaves, right? We're going to do a nice, like, limey color. Little taps in there because that's a tiny point. I'm not sure this leaf. I think, like, that might be the back side. Or maybe that's another leaf. I don't know. We're just going to add some of that green there. And I don't mind if I go over the lines because I'm going to go in with a darker color on the other side. There we go. Okay, and then we'll try this green here. These are like one step apart almost. And then super light hand to go into these tight little crevices, just like so. And then we can add spots or shadow to really make it come alive. And I'm feeling a little bit of spots. Might be fun. Maybe this has got a neat little spotted texture in there. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go another shade. See, we use these two. Let's see what this one looks like. Ooh, that's too dark. We don't want to go too dark. You know, we want, look at that. Those little dots are going to be fabulous. So I'm just going to start at the bottom and pull up and then move into dots. Okay, pull up and then dot it. Pull up a little bit and then dot it. Okay, look at that. Oh, how fun is that? Pull up. And we're not doing, I know it looks like it's going straight up, right? But as I'm pulling up, I'm actually curving it because there is a curve in my piece. And then we throw in some dots. Okay, so always follow the line. See, this one is more more definitely see that it kind of bends that way. Put some dots in there. Maybe a little bit of, yeah, like that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that little plant. Okay, so the only time you should be coloring in a straight line is if you're doing a box rectangle kind of thing. Oh, I love that. Look at that. So, look at these little guys. Aren't they so cute? Oh, Spidey plant, or snake plant. Spidey plant. I have a Spidey plant. It's beautiful. It's massive. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have like the world's biggest spider plant. I like this color. I'm going to use this for the dashes, and I'm not following it directly because my pen is fatter than the pen they used, or in this case, Mr. Simon Hurley used. So I'm just kind of going in, and then I'm going to do the bottom darker. So we'll do that, and then kind of like our dots, but then we're flicking to follow our lines. And they don't have to match up perfectly, trust me. Go a little bit darker in there. Just like so. A little bit darker there, and then come out and bring our dashes darker in there. Just kind of put those lines where you feel they need to be. I'm going to go a little bit, so I'm going a little bit darker where this leaf is behind all of that, so there's a lot of hiding back in there. So this piece is kind of hiding, this piece right here is hiding, this down here is hiding. So I've added the extra color there, right? And then we just pull out like we did on the other one. Instead of doing lines up and then dots, we're doing lines up and then dashes out, because that's how this spider plant works. It has dashes, and that's all you need, your little dashes. Okay, and then we're gonna pick a fun color to go with it. Yep. And the funnest thing about plants, right, is you can literally mix all sorts of colors and they will still look gorgeous. So I'm starting at the bottom, right in that dark, and I'm just blending. And even though it's not like blending, it is softening those lines. And I am making teeny weeny circular motions. That allows a lot of ink to drop in an area. Okay, and that extra ink is going to help move a little bit of the ink that's underneath. Okay, if I just went like this, it's not the same amount of ink. I'm like loading up that ink. Overlapping and all that fun stuff. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Start down here. And putting this lighter color on top really tones down that dark green. So, totally created a new green right there. Get that up there. And even though it sounds scratchy and loud, I'm not pushing very hard. If you have a good marker, the color is going to want to come out of the pen. Okay, it's going to want to come out and join the party. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Our last little guy right here. I've pretty much used all of my greens except these two, which actually look about the same. Let's find out what we got going on here. That's more of a bluish. I like this one. Maybe we'll mix that one. Yeah, we'll mix that one and that one. So I'm going to use my darker one to follow these deep lines like so. And then I'm just going to put dots kind of where those little spiky things are. Because, yeah, they're tiny. And I don't really want to fill this in with dark. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of doing some extra dots. So that my line is just not a line. It's got some texture to it. And then same thing. We're going to swirl this color in there. It's going to help blend that a little bit. And then look how fast we've just created these. Aren't they adorable? Okay, now the next fun part is we got our pots. We got a couple of pots we need to do. So we're going to do some browns. Oops. Get some browns out. Okay. Nice easy coloring. And take my darker brown and put it right in the inside here. Doesn't have to look like dirt because, you know, maybe the dirt's down a little bit, not all the way to the top. So there's that brown. I'm going to set it aside. Then I'm going to use this one. I feel like this one might be, yep, that one's a good one for right in there. And then this part here. Nice dark color. I'm going to set this one aside. I don't know what color. Oh, that's good. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to set this one aside. And then just going to add a little bit of spotting in there just to give that a little bit of texture. And that color is interesting, but I don't particularly want it with those other ones. So I'm going to put it over here. Now what I'm doing is I don't have a lot of browns, so I'm making sure I'm using all the browns. Okay, I've used, well, this will be the last brown that I have, and then I can kind of determine how I want the next color there, right? So I think I'm going to use this one here. It's a nice reddish brown right there. And I think I'm going to use it right here in the center of this one too. Okay, so I've used that one a couple of times, so I'm going to put that in a different pile. And then this one, I think this one's going to look nice with this one. Oh yeah, look at that. And then I'm doing a curvy motion because the pot curves at the bottom, right? Straight line and then into curvy motions. Isn't that a lovely pot? Look at that. Curvy motion right into this point. Nice amount of ink in there. Look at that. Ooh, I like that one. That one's pretty. Okay, and then yeah, this is a different color, so I'll go ahead and throw this in here to finish this one off. So this pot has all of the colors, which will tie them in together. Woo-hoo-hoo, looky, looky. And then finally, our background. And I want these to feel like they came from the same place, right? So I'm going to see. This might be too dark. This might be too dark. Yeah. I do want a kind of a lighter a lighter blue, but a bright blue. Ooh, look at that one. Oh yes, look at that. Okay, oops. So what I'm going to do is, because this is VersaFine Clear, right, I'm going to take my time a little bit and go through this. I don't want to activate the VersaFine Clear ink. So I'm just going to be very light. I'm not going to add a lot of ink in that area. If I feel like the ink is bleeding, I'm going to clean my pen. Okay, and then I'm going to give a little space away from there, right? Because then we can use our big end. Same thing here. We're going to get into the nooks and the crannies, right up to the piece. Just like so. Look at that. Use that fine tip in those areas. Ta-da! But then we're going to go swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Look at that. Now, if this was momentum ink, right, you just do that. I'm doing it very lightly, you guys. We're taking our chances. There we go. Look. Oh, we did it. We didn't make it bleed. Yay! Even this chisel, I mean, you can get pretty darn close, right? And have a beautiful line. Look at that. Just like so. Tuck that in there. Get that bottom there. Get it darker by just going over it again. Look at that. Get that fine bit in there. Look at that. I'm like, look at that so many times because it's so beautiful. See here, I caked on the color so it's nice and more even, whereas I went really soft over here, and so we have that streaky going on. And you know what? That's okay. We don't want to overwork our word area, and we don't want to spend it all day on there. If I'd have thought about that, I'd have stamped that in the monenta. But I think it looks good. You can definitely work some more blue into there. But look at that. Oh, handmade right there, you guys. Just handmade. So we're going to use our fine tip, and I'm just going to use this one color for all my background, because it's going to make that green just shine, shine, shine. You, of course, could use any color for your background. You can even kind of make these kind of fun and pop art. You could do different colors like bright neon pinks and purples for your succulents. And the possibilities and the differences you can make just by changing the color is going to be phenomenal. And I'm going to cake on some color here so that I can get my big broad brush in here, just like so. Colors that right up. Oh, look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oh, it's fabulous. just go in here where I can. Hopefully that'll help make this go a little bit quicker. And then flip our pin. Look at that. Hee hee. Isn't it cute? Making little postage stamps. You guys enjoy coloring. I should probably fast forward this last few. Although I'm at 50 minutes, I don't know if it'll take too long to actually put this together. I think it's going to go pretty easily. So let's see if we can do this without fast forwarding anything. So you guys can kind of guesstimate how long this is going to take if you want to do something like this. This one will probably be the longest one right here. Oops. Oops. I like this blue. And then we go around and around and around. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Let's see, these pair so nicely. These ends, you got your little fine tip to get in there. Got your big chiselly bit to get those big old areas nice and good. Nice and good. Is that even a thing? Look at that. It just makes that cactus color, I think, just pop out even more. You could even change it up and like watercolor the background too. Colored pencils. You can definitely mix your coloring supplies, but look at that. Oops, I missed a little spot right there. Look at that. Isn't that great? This one is teal. This one is teal. So yeah, I did greens and teal. Scooch those over there. We're going to get our little card base. I'm going to jettison you up a little bit. Okay, and then look at that. We're going to trim this down because it got smooshed. It got smooshed a little. So we're just going to take a 1/4 inch off of every one short side and one long side. So we're going down to 5 by, no, what did I do? 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 4, you guys. 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to cut it off of this end. Take a 1/4 inch off a short and a long side. Just like so. We're going to get our double stick tape because there's a lot of texture on these. So I'm getting my fat double stick tape. This is stuff I got at Temu. Temu. I think I'm saying Temu. It's Temu. And then one right down the center, just like so. Nice easy tear tape. Peel these guys off. Yeah, you guys, were almost done. Can you believe it? And the only thing I cut out of the video was actually die cutting. And that didn't take me very long either. You know, a couple of minutes because I had to tape my little pieces in place. But running it through the machine, you know, that doesn't take long at all. So this is an hour project for one card, which is, for me, kind of typical, you know. when I'm chatting and stuff, it's a good decent card. It's about an hour. But if you do all of these steps, right, and cut a bunch of pieces, color a bunch of pieces, and have me, oh, look at that. Isn't that just, oh, silver lining lunar paste, you guys. This one and slippery when wet. If you guys are on the fence about what to do, get this one and slippery when wet, okay? I promise you, you will love them. Cleveland Aquarium. And then I'm going into my gallery. Look at that. Ha 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 ha. So I've got this little guy right there, and I've got this little guy right here. He's kind of turned that way. He's kind of turned that way. Oh, look at that. I think I'll pop that one up. And then this one is up here. This one is off the page a little. So I just want to be careful. See, like that. Make sure my believe in your dreams. And then this one cuts into both of those. Like so. So if I actually put this one behind and this one there. There we go. And then I can scooch that over just a hair. So I'll get those closer to the edge. And I'm going to pop this one and this one. So we're going to get our foam tape. We're just going to give this guy a little lift. Get our glue scissors. Get our glue scissors. Dunk. There's that one. And then we're going to lift this guy. We'll give him 2 little lifts. There we go. Doop. All right, look at that. I missed that. Where's that teal at? That's not teal. There's teal. Get that in there. Okay. So then I'm going to use some extra glue on these guys so I can wiggle them around where I really want them. Look at that. You should be seeing that when you're doing alcohol markers, okay? If it's not, then you're not going to have a good, nice, vibrant finish on the front. Okay, we're going to tuck that one right about there. Do that one right about there. And, oh, you know what? That would be fun for next time, is to take the lunar paste, like slippery when wet lunar paste. Or if you don't like a yellowy gold color, then get Gold Rush. That's more of a brassy gold. But just the tips, you know, would be cute. And then this one's going here. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to mess it. When I got those dies laid out, I was like, oh, I don't want to forget how I had this placement. So, look at that. And they kind of look like little postage stamps all peeled up, right? So cute. And we're gonna, that one is glued down. Yeah, make sure I glued them down. Oh, you guys, I do thank you all for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think of this cute little card. Actually, I'm gonna leave a little bit there. Or go like that. No, we're gonna put that one like that. There we go. Oh, look at how cute that is. Now, of course, I do need a trim because my envelopes fit that pretty good. This guy will be in my shop. If you guys are interested, I am putting some cards in my shop this year. Oh, look at that. It's so bright and fun. I love it. Next time though, I think I will change the backgrounds. if I do a cluster like this, I'll do different backgrounds. Because, yeah. Yeah, I think just to break that up. Or even like this one, do this one. These ones lighter and this one darker. I think that will help that a lot. I do thank you all for hanging out with me today. And again, apologies that I couldn't be with you in the premiere chat. But I'm excited to hang out with you either Friday or Saturday. So until then, have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.